It has been over a year since I've been learning Haitian Creole on Duolingo, and y'all, it has been such a journey. I can say that I am super proud of myself. I don't regret starting this journey, and I want to be able to come and share it with y'all. What up, everyone? Kariz Maggie here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Maggie. I do content around cultural education, and if you are a Creole speaking lover, you are at the right place because this channel is all about supporting and uplifting Creole languages as well. In case you didn't know, May is Haitian Heritage Month, and so I said, you know what, to end off the month with a bang, why not drop this video sharing what that journey has been like, encouraging more people who probably want to get started in learning Haitian Creole to go ahead and get started, because I highly recommend Duolingo for doing that. And I'm going to tell you why. So this video, I'm going to be sharing like pros and cons, and then you can make up your mind as to if it's a fit for you or not. So if y'all can recall, last year I shared two videos regarding my whole language learning journey. So the first one was I was sharing how I'm going to be relearning French and learning Haitian Creole, and I was going to be doing that through Duolingo. So I went to school, I did a minor in French on accident, but yes, I did a minor in French. And so I wanted to be able to brush up on my skills, and Duolingo had French available. And then they dropped Haitian Creole last year, February. And then I was like, you know what? If I'm going to put all this effort into learning French, I should also put effort into properly learning Haitian Creole, because if y'all already know me, I grew up in a Haitian household. I won't say that I am fluent in Haitian Creole. I am at the level where I would say I can help myself. So I could hear when they speak, understand, sometimes reply back to them in speaking, talking with relatives. You know, practice makes perfect kind of a thing, or practice makes improvement. That's the level I was at, but I didn't understand fully. I couldn't read it, I couldn't write it. And so in using Duolingo, I think that was one of my main things. I was like, I can speak it enough, but I want to be able to learn how to write and read it. And so, yes, let's get into the video, okay? So the first thing I want to say, disclaimer alert, I am not telling you to use Duolingo as the end all be all. So disclaimer alert, y'all. I am not telling you that Duolingo is the end all be all for you if you're trying to learn a new language. I am just going to be sharing what worked for me. If you're someone who you feel like you want to learn more basic stuff at the very beginning, for me, I already had some knowledge in Haitian Creole, so it's a bit different for me. Then I would recommend that you look into services where they offer one-on-one, services for that. I will actually link in the description box. I did a video with someone who she runs a Haitian learning platform where they offer tutoring services for anybody who wants to learn it. And I think that is ideal for someone who wants to really, really learn the language from scratch. Link in the description box for that video. Reason number one why I decided to use Duolingo. So I was looking for options for the longest for like one-on-one learning kind of a deal. But when it really got down to it, I am super busy nowadays, and I didn't want to restrict myself to being available on someone's schedule or them having to be available at my schedule kind of a thing. And also in terms of like budget wise, it just wasn't there for me to like do monthly classes. And so Duolingo, when I got it, there was like some deal that I got. So I got like the year subscription to try out. And since my subscription ended, like I haven't even renewed a paid subscription because they have a free version as well, which is working out great for me right now also. So I can say like, yeah, I had the option of also being able to learn for free, you could say. You just have to watch ads and things like that. But yeah, I was looking for a platform that would allow me to learn at my own pace. And Duolingo offered that for me. I'm able to do lessons, like 10-minute lessons a day. Nothing to stress me out too much where I feel like if I don't do an hour, I'm a failure. It's like I do just enough to feel like I've accomplished something. So that's the first reason. The platform allowed me to learn at my own pace, and it was accessible. So reason number two why I use the app, so probably something I mentioned in the first reason, there was a free option. So if you're on a budget but you're wanting to get started on learning some of the basics, a couple words, phrases, or stuff like that in another language, then Duolingo might be an option. Duolingo might be an option for you. The third reason I use Duolingo is because, as I mentioned, I could help myself in speaking the language, but when it came on to like spelling of the words and the phrases and things like that, reading, that was not my forte. And so I felt like one of the things I liked with the app was with like sentences, the activities that they did. Sometimes you had to fill in the blank, sometimes you had to write out the entire sentence yourself, like translating and things like that. Sometimes it would be multiple choice, sometimes it would be matching. So they had like different ways of you learning, so it's like fun and interactive. So what the people behind the app, like, they know what they're doing in that regard. Although I must say, there was a little update that happened that a lot of us weren't too happy about, but after a while I kind of just sucked it up, and you do what you have to do. So yeah. So yeah, reason number three why I liked it is that I felt like it was having a variety of different ways to learn, and I appreciated that, and I felt like I was learning. I had a little notebook that whenever I learned a new word or just to spell something, I would write it down and write the English translation. And what I realized I was doing is that now I felt more confident to like talk to relatives, like actually texting them. Because back then, I was only sending voice notes. I would never attempt to send a text message in Haitian Creole, but like now I'm more confident to like actually text them. So look at improvement. You feel me? Like, your girl are going with things. So yeah, that's number three reason why. Reason number four. Now, if you're someone who likes to be rewarded when you're doing a good job, or if you're putting in the effort to do something, then you're going to need to do it on an app like Duolingo. Because another thing I liked is that if I did not practice every single day, there were chances of me like losing my streak. And yes, you could like redeem your streak, because sometimes you would have gems that you could use to like buy back a day or things like that. But then if you miss too much, it would get to a point where you would lose your streak completely. You'll probably have to go and buy gems and things like that. So I liked the fact that I got that little gratification of, this is the reward for you actually finishing at least one lesson a day. It's like, it's not asking you to do too much. It's like at least one lesson to complete in a day makes the difference. And I'm not gonna lie, there were some days that I missed lessons. Like, trust me, it wasn't like a full perfect day, daily streak kind of thing. I missed a couple days and had to like use gems to like buy back a life or whatever, and the freeze and blah blah blah. But it made me look forward to sometimes, doing a lesson, because I had that little accomplishment at the end of the day. Like, yes, I did something for myself. I did something to improve myself. So yeah. So those are all the things that I loved about Duolingo. Now let's talk about what I didn't really like about the app. And these are like the reasons why I say, if you want to truly learn a language, an app like Duolingo is only there as like an additional supplement to help you along the way, at your own pace kind of a thing. But if you want to be serious about learning a language, that's when I would recommend doing more like one-on-one, work with people. So the one thing I would say I didn't like too much, I felt like sometimes some of the phrases or activities were repeated a lot, and I would have liked to learn a bit more of other things. So, for example, like exact sentences would be repeated like so many times, and this is like in different lessons. So I kind of wish there was like less repetition, but I kind of understand the reason for it in some cases, especially if it's more for if you're a beginner kind of thing, and it's jogging your memory to see if you remember that phrase from the last lesson. So yeah, probably less repetition would be nice. The second thing I didn't so much love, which I kind of mentioned already, is the update that happened. I can't even remember what the previous update was like, but I felt like I had more control in how I could navigate going about doing lessons. Right now, it's kind of just a straight path. Like, you can't choose to like go forward and go back to a lesson kind of a deal. I'm not sure if they made this change based on like feedback from users or whatever, but a lot of us weren't too happy with it. But I've kind of gotten used to the new update right now. It is what it is, but I definitely loved the first version better. There was just something about it, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think those were like the main things I didn't like. I can't really say too much on, the cost of it, because what they have is like a family plan. So you could even have a thing where like if you and a couple people want to learn a language, y'all could like make up, put together money, and split it amongst yourselves. So I would say the price isn't even bad, because they also have a free version. So yeah, you take what you can and use what you can with what you're given. So those are my feedback with learning on Duolingo. I want to finish off this video by sharing with you, however, some of the things that I did in addition to using Duolingo that I think helped me. So the first thing I would say is that I spoke to my family and relatives in Haitian Creole a bit more, whether it was like on phone conversations or if it was texting. I put out the effort more to like actually speak in Haitian Creole from time to time. And I saw that that helped me. And my dad was proud of me a couple times when I texted him. He's like, oh, okay. I could text back in Haitian Creole. Felt nice. How else did I learn? Listening to music. A lot of us, we listen to music. That's how some people like learn a different language. They're listening to music in a different language and you kind of want to figure out what is this saying. So I did stuff like that to help me also force myself to like learn more words in the language, especially on Spotify, because with Spotify sometimes you can see the lyrics of the song on there. So I would see the words and I like jot it down and kind of look up, okay, what does this mean, and like I add it to my vocabulary bank. The third thing is I actually had a phrase book that I bought before to help me in addition. It's on Amazon. I think it's called Creole Made Easy. That's a book that I also recommend. It's great. It has phrases in there that can help you. This is great for like learning to spell and different things like that, or just broaden your vocabulary in that way. And I would say the last thing that I did is that I tried to read like news publications and also watch like comedy, just things that I naturally enjoy watching or listening to in English. I would do that in Haitian Creole. So Haitian comedy videos, like my favorite comedian, Haitian comedian is Jessica. And I was introduced to him by my parents from like I think when I was a teenager, and yeah, I that's how I also had inside joke with my parents, because comedy videos from Jessica. So in the same way, I could remember watching Oliver Samuels with my parents. That was also another way that we bonded. So I went back to doing things like that on my own. So that is it in a nutshell. Let me know if you are learning a language on Duolingo at the moment. Please comment it below. Let me know, what is your journey going like? Like, what are some struggles that you're facing? Did you overcome them? How did you overcome them? Like, I want all the tea. So spill it in the comment section below. And I will see y'all in another video. Bye.